Collison. Then there's Warren. And it's Kilpatrick in the 2. And that one's good. Parker.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
And so last season for Tony Parker, somewhat of a shift. I mean, he was solid, but injuries cost him a few games. He also had his lowest assist and points per game totals since his rookie year. But he fought through like the champion that he is.
And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his first foul. So it's the Grizzlies now. It's a 3-point game. Parker kicks to Bogdanovich. Stolen by Collison. And now the Pelicans on the break.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Pekovic.
His second personal foul.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Second team foul.
Last year, a big challenge for Tony Parker. He was in his 14th season, obviously. Every great player needs to transform his game as he gets on an age clock. We've seen it with the great ones. Parker did put up the highest three-point percentage of his career last year.
And he also ran the offense with tremendous poise and professionalism and cut down the turnover average as well, the lowest of his career.
And the shot by Warren, no good. Parker passes to Nowitzki. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Nowitzki's got his first basket.
Nowitzki is so smooth. Terrific shot maker.
Kicks it to Pekovic. Parker dishes to Ellis. And another basket for Memphis.
Probably wasn't the shot they were looking for, but they'll take the bucket.
The drive by Collison. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
Parker's shot is off. Collison kicks to Warren. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Excellent feed from D.C., Darren Collison.
Grizzlies have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Memphis moving it around. Ellis in the post. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one-hand tomahawk slam?
Here's Pekovic. And Nowitzki wide open. He fires. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the second best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Parker passes to Nowitzki. He dishes it to Bogdanovich, and he gets the bucket.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Here's Kilpatrick. Moniunas passes to Kilpatrick. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. Well, for Memphis, their last game a loss to the Pistons in Detroit. They get it back. Parker kicks to Nowitzki. Pass to Ellis. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Ellis has got his third basket of the night.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Now Parker. Darren Collison missing from long range. Pocket 6. Bogdanovich dishes to Parker. And shot on the way. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Whiteside's got 5 rebounds tonight. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points. I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Ellis wide open. Offline with his 3. It's tipped. And Parker with a clear path to the hoop. Ellis, that's good. 16 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Whiteside. The shot is off. Great D that time from Pekovic.
Usually if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Grizzlies lead by 4. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Grizzlies.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Pelicans. Warren is out there with Moniunas. Then there's Whiteside. Then there's Collison. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Moniunas. Right wing. And there's the feed to Whiteside. And there's the 3-second violation. Here's Mack. Pass to Lure. Waiters with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. And the dunk by Olynyk.
Maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that.
And we know he's capable of those memorable dunks.
Yeah, and when he's got a lead like that, why not take a few chances? A lot more engaging and entertaining than just doing the old ho-hum one-hander.
Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals. But he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspensions.
Olynyk can't hit. Pelicans trailed by 4. Here's Kilpatrick. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Collison's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Waiters with the ball. Picked up by Collison. Mack, the pass to Waiters. Takes the 13-footer. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
And, Greg, to be able to take the bump like that and maintain control, that's not easy to do. I know you're kind of a little fella, but I was a big guy when I played, so I know how difficult that is. That was impressive.
I see.
And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
By himself. Rips down the breakaway slam.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they are not backing off at all, are they?
Collison kicks to Whiteside. No luck. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Mag dishes to Lure. They set the pick. Here's Waiters. Great D that time from Collison.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Textbook work. Close enough to bother the shot. Good challenge, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. D'Alembert comes in for Lure. And Jordan Crawford is subbed in for Sheldon Mack. That's good. 8 points for Dion Waiters.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And the Grizzlies played so well against all the other playoff teams. Part of it is that they just have a style that matches up well with anyone.
Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Memphis. Parker comes in for Dion Waiters.
And that's some inspiration. Steals, blocks, and a big dunk. Those are ways that you can really change the momentum in a game.
Well, they got to chip away, Clark, at that deficit, and no doubt that'll help.
And that's what he's out there for, guys. I mean, he is an electrifying player, no doubt.
They get it back. And the basket by Blatch.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Lee against Crawford. Now the pass to Nowitzki. He kicks to D'Alembert. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 3 assists now in this one.
You know, that's the thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, there isn't a team that gives them too much trouble anywhere in the league. They're good at home and on the road. They're used to playing in tight, low-scoring games, and they create that situation with their deliberate style.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for D'Alembert. Bogdanovich comes in for Jeremy Grant. And it's Ellison for Jordan Crawford. Bogdanovich passes to Nowitzki. Feeds to Bogdanovich. There's the dish to Pekovic. Passes it to Bogdanovich. It's tipped.
Clearly a 2-for-1 situation here, guys.
And you can see the importance of that steal. I mean, really a 4-point turnaround with the conversion at the other end right there.
Yeah, the importance of the defense there. Instead of giving up the bucket and having that 5-point deficit, all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game. I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge. And in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
New Orleans shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
Maurice Harkless is checked in for the Grizzlies.
He's a dead eye at the line, fellas. Just call him automatic. He doesn't miss many of those. Superb playmaking from Monte Ellis. That dish was right on time.
Powell kicks to Butler. Drained for 2 points. Butler's got 4 points in the quarter. And here is Parker. And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Pelicans ahead as they end the second quarter on a 14-4 run. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
All right, fans, let's get up.
And now the start of the second half. Neither side jumping out ahead through the first 2 quarters. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. Tony Parker is up there with Ellis. Then there's Nowitzki. And there's Pekovic. And it's Bogdanovic in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Here's Ellis. And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
Ellis against Lee. Here's Nowitzki. And Lee pulls it down.
And Dirk Nowitzki last season, I felt like the first time we saw real signs of wear and tear from all the years of him playing. His field goal percentage, points per game, rebounds, all off his career averages. And that said, though, he's still a crafty, dangerous guy to have to go up against.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Here's Lee, and he jams it with authority.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And Pekovic gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Well, going back to Nowitzki, his value at this point of his career cannot be measured by stats alone.
Exactly, and that's what wasn't there last year, that great team of guys around him, because that's really when he's at his very best. He can still fill it up fast, and he's one of the smartest players in the league, too.
Back to Parker. Over in the corner, Ellis. Pekovic attacking. And he gets the bucket. And stolen by Pekovic. Parker outside. No good from outside.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. And guys, Courtney Lee, now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3-and-D prototype who will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. Mag dishes to Waiters. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game. Talking about Courtney Lee, you know the ball handling and court vision are suspect, but you don't care because he's provided solid defense on the wing, Clark, and he's hit over 40% of his threes last year.
And he's also one of the best free throw shooting 2 guards in the league, Kevin. And last year he and Conley were out of sight at the end of games. That's a wonderful combo to have, 2 great free throw shooting guards lately.
And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The drive by Collison. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that you know can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
Mack, no luck. Pelicans leading by 9. And it's Dion Waiters with the foul. That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
That foul gives him 4, so he's got to settle down a bit.
Harkless is checked in for the Grizzlies. Whiteside sets the pick for Collison. Offensive rebound. Second chance shot. Whiteside, no good.
Well, he's gone without a field goal, and that certainly is below par for him. His team has still found a way to get it done.
Harkless kicks to Mack. Another shot, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass. You know, Dave Yeager, the coach for the Grizzlies, has really become a big-name coach quite quickly. You know, he's worked his way up the Memphis coaching ladder and has had a ton of success early on in his career.
He feeds it to Waiters. To the middle. Wants to get it to Harkless and does. Shot's good.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities. He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
Here's Mack. It's hauled in by Collison.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Warren, good.
Assisted by Darren Collison. Timeout call for Memphis.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. A strong season from Darren Collison cut short last year. Greg shut down at the end of last February.
Yeah, he had that issue with his hip, and that kind of ended things for him in what had been a promising season. A shame, since he was having the best of his career to date.
Looking at who's out there now for the Grizzlies. D'Alembert comes in for John Lewis. And Jordan Crawford is subbed in for Shelvin Mack. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Collison was having a career year last year, guys. I mean, 16 points a game was a career high for him, and he also shot more threes than ever before.
Catching up on the changes for Memphis. Bogdanovich is checked in for Kelly Olynyk, and it's Ellison for Waiters. That's good.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
Harkless the pass to D'Alembert. And it's going to be a 3-second call. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Parker comes in for Jordan Crawford. Collison gets a wide open look. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits.
And I think even in the injury-shortened season, Collison showed he is still a starter in the NBA. Now, he's been used as a super sixth man in the past, but he's just as effective, I believe, at starting the game. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Nowitzki is Parker. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. New Orleans on top, leading by 14. 2K Sports. And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. Setting the floor now for the Pelicans. Monty Eunice up there with Warren. Then there's Collison. Then there's Whiteside. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2 spot. On defense, the Pelicans. 14 points, their largest lead in the game.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time, and he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one, that's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through him, and that's not legal.
Parker drives in. Montejunas with the steal. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Here's Warren. Oh, took the contact and tried to throw it down over the top, but instead he'll shoot free throws. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Pelicans.
Boy, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long. Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
Here's Ellis. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
New Orleans foul.
And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside.
Personal foul.
That will get him his 4th foul of the game.
Second team foul. Grizzlies timeout.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Dave Yeager coaching his team during that break. He doesn't think they've been giving it their all, saying they've been quicker to rebounds, to every loose ball. We gotta wake up. The game's slipping away, and we're letting it happen. We have got to take control of this thing. We'll see if he lit a fire under him, guys.
Here's Pekovic. That's good.
Oh, how about the floater there? Nice drop.
The drive by Collison. And the jam by Montejunas.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. And he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
He is yet to get into the flow of this game. His teammates have done their part, but they need him to pick his game up.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there. Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one almost always deadly when he's that open.
Kelly Olynyk checked in for Nikola Pekovic.
Sean Kilpatrick.
Collison against Parker.
For 3. Substitution for the Grizzlies.
Olynyk dishes to Ellis. And that one goes long.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, it's been a bunch, and I think it's made the difference in the game. I mean, they've actually done a great job on the board.
Dishes it to Olynyk. And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
Well, fortunately for him, it really doesn't matter anymore. They've got this thing sewed up. Just sit back and enjoy.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Nowitzki with it. Now defended by Warren. Montejunas with the steal. Here's Kilpatrick. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Kilpatrick's got a couple of three-pointers now in the 4th for the Pelicans. Parker kicks to Ellis. He dishes it to Olynyk. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Pass to Kilpatrick. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. .146 left in the fourth quarter. Crawford drives in, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And he bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right there for sure.
Yeah, he'll take those all day.
Collison, no good. The Grizzlies trail by 19. Harkless the pass to Crawford. Now here's Harkless. He's tightly guarded. D'Alembert dishes to Harkless. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for New Orleans.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That certainly was their main meal, their bread and butter, if you will.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
Just a quality win, and you look at the box score and some really good numbers for Darren Collison. He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
And the first one drops.
2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. Well, for Memphis, their last game a loss to the Detroit Pistons. Here's the 3. Collison with another miss.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Kicks it to Moniunas. Inside. Blatch.
Assisted by.
And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
And New Orleans gets called for the foul.
His second personal foul.
That free throw, no good.
Penalty situation. At the line for your Grizzlies.
And the second free throw, good. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Grizzlies will take it.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Here's Waiters. No good. So we see the Pelicans taking the...